Okay, so look, I just want to quickly sum up some of my thoughts on Michael, and what it means to support this movie. Look, as a musical biopic, I mean, this is a movie that's going to hit on the easy nostalgia, while also serving it up as like legit spectacle, because you get those moments where Michael Jackson, played by Jafar Jackson, is performing "Beat It" and Billie Jean, or recreating the music video for the iconic music video Thriller. You're watching all that stuff happen on in IMAX, so like I get it. I get the appeal. I don't think this is a well-made movie. It's very lousy filmmaking. It's very cliched kind of biopic storytelling. No worse than Bohemian Rhapsody, and you all know Bohemian Rhapsody went on to win an Oscar for Rami Malek and be nominated for Best Picture. So clearly there is a fan base for this kind of movie. But apart from this being sort of a standard issue, lousy authorized biopic, it's also kind of the early stages in the Jackson estate propaganda in terms of how they're handling the allegations around Michael Jackson. I mean, we are talking about allegations of sexual abuse with all these little boys that Michael Jackson befriended, that Michael Jackson openly admitted to sleeping in the same bed with, as if there's nothing wrong with that. And look, like, when you watch this movie, you see how this movie starts building the case where Michael is the only victim, the victim of abuse at his dad's hands, and the trauma that surfaces in the ways that he has issues with his own self image, and in the ways that he gravitates towards other children. And of course, this has always been sort of the defense, his friendliness with children, his intimacy with children was always part of some reclamation of a lost childhood. In terms of how this movie is going to be framing these allegations, I mean, look, there's already been reports of the original screenplay where the allegations are framed as fabrications, right? That's before they had to remove these scenes of a 1993 FBI raid because of certain legalities found in the settlement with the victim of that investigation, Jordan Chandler. And they've suggested that they might explore this further in an upcoming sequel, but the way they're going to handle this. Because look, Antoine Fuqua already says he doesn't believe the allegations. And you know that Michael Jackson's estate, the executor of Michael Jackson's estate, John Branca, the guy who's depicted in the movie by Miles Teller and, producer on this movie alongside Jackson's brothers, he has said that if you want to be involved with these projects that the Michael Jackson estate is involved with, you have to believe Michael Jackson is innocent. Okay, like on the record, he said that. And you just see everything the Jackson estate does, because even like the counter narrative, even the narrative from the victim side, a powerful documentary, HBO's Leaving Neverland, no longer available in North America. Okay, and that's because the Jackson estate sued HBO, and after years of litigation, they eventually got HBO to remove Leaving Neverland because of a 1992 contract between Michael Jackson and HBO, a contract where HBO was going to broadcast a performance from Michael Jackson's Dangerous Tour. In that contract, there was like a standard non-disparagement clause, the kind of clause you would find in any one of your employment contracts, like you can't speak negatively of your employer. Michael Jackson's estate managed to argue in court that this non-disparagement clause from a contract from over 30 years ago was violated by HBO airing Leaving Neverland. That's how they effectively silenced the voices in Leaving Neverland, which again is such a powerful documentary where Wade Robson and James Sawchuk really takes us into the grooming, the abuse, how insidious it all is. And that documentary is lost because of this estate. This is where it gets difficult for me to enjoy a movie like Michael, or even enjoy Michael Jackson's music, which of course I love. And it's because it's ultimately financially benefiting an estate that does all this stuff to silence victims.